not your PS5. You said that every day now. Oh. Yeah, funny that. You lot. Yeah, funny that. I remember you and Vivian saying she's better than Fabiana. I like it when I'm proven right. I just don't like the mumbling, that's all. What to do? You can't wait for the next day. Turn it for like, go to the inn, get your head down. No, it's there, but it's, I ate some, but it's melted now. You have to wait. Who's Rita? I'm listening.
Yeah, I think she was stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, because when they found her, she no response and her face is changing shape. Sorry, man.
One thing that's interesting about the house, you can climb up on the roof, on the back garden where there's a rope, because climb up the roof. What house? What there? So she might not come back. Who's she just talking about?
Rita. I don't know.
Another woman like that. What are you going to do now? Ron, I just said this, his throat is melted. If you ain't grab it, okay. What's that? You're looking for a shotgun by someone called the door. Got a feeling there's someone by the name of using a big magic by the castle. Heading off that far town, taking advice and still like follow the approach and take it to the shop to be on. Apple sauce. Get some. Why you gonna do that on Sunday? Tomorrow, roast pork. Saturday? Saturday, roast pork. Okay. You do roast pork tomorrow then, no problem. Saturday, I done beef burger.
No, beef burger, you put on Sunday.
Don't tell me you was gonna do roast pork tomorrow.
I don't know, I'll follow the menu.
Yeah, but guy, you know that we do roast on Sunday. So if you saw that, wouldn't you say, oh, he's done it wrong, I'll tell him. Guy, you know we do roast on Wednesday and Sunday. That's why I was wondering why you cooked the pork. I thought you just getting it a day ahead. That's why I thought you done it, and I was like, oh, that's good. Alright, I'll come in. I'll come in anyway. I need to bring in the cake. I'll change it then. Tomorrow's beef burger, man. Where do I go? Oh. Nice there.
Wow, nice place you got here.
Welcome, welcome. Feel free to browse. You'll find we only stock the very finest wieners.
Huh? Which one is this?
That's good.
What
Because
do you want
I'm
instead?
looking for something very special
You want Chinese?
indeed. Happen to have any orbs in stock?
Yeah.
Eric!
Long time no see, old pal.
Eric! My brother, my compadre, my partner in crime. It's really you, large as life and fighting fit. I'm so happy to see you.
You have no shame, huh? Get your backstabbing hands off of me! You always were full of it, Dirk. But this really takes the cake. Admit it. You sold me out and sold the orb so you could buy this place, didn't you?
I promise you, I never sold you out. I was worried sick about you. I only opened this place to try and help you.
Oh, yeah. And how does that work, exactly? How does you opening this place and lining your pockets while I rot in jail help me?
Look, I was never much of a thief, you know that. But it turns out I know how to sell stuff. I got a gift, even if I do say so myself. When you got nabbed, I spent months racking my brains for ways of busting you out. I couldn't stand the thought of you being in there. In the end, I realised I'd have to give up the orb. I took it to the king, told him I found it somewhere, and pocketed the reward. Then I used the cash to open up the shop here, and poured all my profits into bribing the guards up at the castle so they'd let you escape.
Now that you mention it, I did think it was weird they never tossed my cell the whole time I was digging that hole.
Exactly. I was paying them to turn a blind eye, weren't I?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you, partner.
That's the spirit. Eric, old pal, it's so good to have you back.
But I need that orb. And now we don't even know where it is.
Oh, yes, we do. Right this way, gentlemen.
So, where is it?
After I handed over the orb, I made sure to keep my ear to the ground about where it ended up. I knew it was important to you, see? Well, a little bird tells me that Hendrik and his men took it to the Kingsbarrow, and it's been under lock and key there ever since.
The Kingsbarrow, huh? It's southeast of town. Same direction as Cobblestone. Which means we can kill two birds with one stone. You coming, Dirk? A little adventure for old time's sake?
Sorry, no can do. I got a shop to run and I'm a married man these days.
Married? Wow, you really have changed. Well, you always said you wanted to settle down and maybe go into business someday. I'm happy for you. We'd better get going. Take care, Dirk, and thanks for everything.
You too, old pal. Be lucky, eh? And don't you two go doing anything I wouldn't do.
The south gate is crawling with guards. We won't be walking out that way. And Hendrik's men are too uptight to take bribes. Guess we'll have to go the long way round. If we skirt round the hills to the south, we should be able to approach the Kingsbarrow from the other side. We can drop into Cobblestone on the way. Okay, let's head back downtown.
Watch yourselves out there, eh? They don't call that forest round there the Mangle Grove for nothing.
It'll take more than a few kid stories to scare us off. Besides...
Convenient. We're right back to the chapel. Oh, right.
Any
So
sign
follow
of
that
them?
again.
No, nothing. Let's search the town again.
Look at all those lights. They're pretty keen to find us, huh? We better steer clear of Heliodor until the heat dies down. All right, through the Mangle Grove.
For Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Today, I want to talk more about my recent hands-on time. As you guys caught my impression video, you know I had a chance to go to the Pokemon offices recently and go hands-on with Pokemon Scarlet for a short period of time. During that, I got to explore the world, test out some new game mechanics, and basically get a feel for what the game had to offer, effectively in a short time frame. Today, I want to talk about 7 things I saw during my hands-on time. So you can join in the comments, feel free to comment down below. If you guys have any questions, let me know what you're most excited to out in the new Pokemon games, and if you not because we will have more stuff coming away,
Let's do this.
Number one, character customization. Honestly, I really do like this one. Over the past years, there have been more customization options for characters. Admittedly, you typically start with a somewhat pre-made character. Customization tends to present itself more so in the clothes and items that you can obtain. But with Scarlet and Violet, the customization has gone further. There are more choices for eyes, for eyebrows, for eye colour, for hairstyles, and things like that. It's also worth noting the hairstyles and basically any of the customization ranges are not gender locked, so you can pick and choose things based on what you like. Of course, outside of that, there is the option to go to the clothes stores, things to choose from. So definitely customization front, Scarlet and Violet has got plenty. The next thing I got to explore, of course, was the free exploration. This is something that I really do enjoy. I love better bodies and fantasy Pokemon. The ability to just wheel around the world, go wherever you want. Basically, as I play, I was only allowed to explore a small region, but when you open the map, of course, still you need to run a lot of stuff to do. Tons of places to go, and of course, the legendary I got to play and I got to ride Miraidon, but the footage I got provided with shows Miraidon basically ride around the world, fire all their faces, you can still use the wheels, so basically you have to drink to explore in a way that you kind of haven't really been able to do in the game before. You can really sort of take some of the awesome
What's yours is mine!
Arceus opens up into the one playing field. The exploration generally does feel really awesome, and again, definitely does sort of do a good job of embodying that Pokemon fantasy. In line with that, of course, also the auto battles. Again, I know this is not something that everyone is a huge fan of, but personally, I really did like it. Admittedly, at the core Pokemon are the battles. Of course, you can still engage with Pokemon battles in the conventional settings, so you can still walk with Pokemon, you can still encounter trainers as you're sort of walking around the world. Although
let's do this.
The sort of catching the eye of the trainer has actually changed this time around. Instead, you mix up with the terrible level in order to investigate out of the box. However, all those times where you are sort of trying to get to you don't necessarily want to have to engage in every single battle, but you kind of still want to benefit from some of your feelings that you have throughout your Pokemon before the auto battles. So this was actually, this is not a guaranteed victory, it's not just an easy move Pokemon. You can definitely still have to get KO through this, and I definitely experienced that myself. So it's not just designed to be a sort of press this button to win mode, but admittedly it does of course make things more streamlined, and does allow you to sort of maintain a slightly more fast-paced fight, which again is pretty awesome. But do keep in mind, this is optional, no reason to force you to use this mode. If you don't like it on the traditional format, you can still run into pretty much every Pokemon encounter. This of course test out your picnics, which of course is a fun sort of little feature. You open up a picnic anyway, you know, throughout all your Pokemon, and they are around to have a great time. They make sandwiches, carry your Pokemon, do loads of fun things, and of course they have some sort of side thing, which you can then also do in multiplayer. Speaking of which, multiplayer is awesome. This is something else you got to experience during the hands-on time. You're easy to load in with 3 other friends for a party of 4 and simply explore to your heart's content. You can go absolutely anywhere. It's really awesome. The fact you're not tied to each other. One person could go off on a completely different objective if they wanted to, or you can just roam around together. If you all have your legendaries, you can also fly around together, focus on together, whatever you want to do. It honestly is really awesome. This definitely is, in my opinion, so far one of the coolest iterations of multiplayer in a Pokemon game, or at least from one of those experiences so far. In addition to this, we have the raid battles, the Terra raid battles. They're actually pretty cool this time around with in something like Sword and Shield, then you will know that you work around a sort of turn-based system. Meanwhile, this time around they work around a sort of timer system, and everybody has to find their own timers. So basically, you don't have to wait for the next person to take their turn. Instead, you have to do it. There is, of course, still a pause. It's not a real-time battle, so to speak, but you are not held up by other players. Also, during battles, you have the ability to obviously attack. You can terrestrialize, but you can also use cheer. So if there are strategic times where you want to buff or defend or heal your team, you can also do that as well. But given it once you're at a timer, you do want to keep up the pressure, and once you attack a few times, you can use to terrestrialize, which is important in certain places during some of the battles. When the enemy Pokemon terrestrializes, it can be in this state to break the shield. So these definitely did feel a lot sort of fast-paced, fun, of course, the Pokemon is always the condition ability to sort of run around, take pictures, take selfies, all that kind of stuff. Got to experience that as well while I was playing, and that is always nice to sort of add that to your photo album. So, let's go run down on a few things I got to experience whilst I was playing Pokemon Scarlet. Hopefully, you guys will look at the more questions and comments down below. If you missed some of the recent videos, be sure to check out one of these ones. Not before.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. Sorry for 2 of these here, but I didn't make it that started. Depends how much you guys like it, but with Scarlet and Violet around the corner, I actually have like a pretty big wish list of balance changes I really want to see included in the game, because man, when a new generation comes out, that's the only time we get balance changes. I guess with DLC, sometimes we get like, set updates, but it's mostly just buffs, like no nerfs or anything. But I just want to talk about some abilities that we have in the game that I think need a rework. Now, I got 3 nerfs and 2 buffs, so this video is kind of balanced. I didn't want to have it be all nerfs, but yeah, notably it's all Gen 8 ability nerfs. Because a lot of this stuff was balanced with Dynamax in mind, so now that Dynamax is gone, I think...
This theory that AEW can sign anyone at any time, because why the hell not? That is crazy, as Tony Khan quite literally runs multiple sports franchises, so is aware how a checkbook works. That's not as fun, though. That's all he just talk in sweeping statements. Evidence is a pretty good tool when it comes to such things, however. That's why in Cyberpunk culture, please hit that subscribe button. And here is 10 wrestlers even AEW couldn't sign. Number 10, The Undertaker. Now, you will scoff at this. You get mad at old Simon. How dare I just say a random name to try and get a reaction? Well, calm your horses. I'm trying to explain it. So we go back to 2019. There is actually a tie to all of this wrestling. The Undertaker almost took place as Double or Nothing was getting ready to change the face of pro wrestling. A StarCast event was being organized, much like it happened with All In the year prior. This would be filled with wrestlers signing pictures and taking selfies for a lot of money, as fans everywhere walked away feeling warm and fuzzy in their tum-tum. As Mark Calloway at this time had kind of wrapped up with WWE, the convention gave him a call and booked him. He wasn't going to have a match or anything like that, but he would be on hand. And the rumor is they paid him a fortune to do it. You can't argue with that. Man busted his ass for 30 years. Eventually, this dude worked his way back to Vince McMahon, and dude, apparently he was livid. Some people went as far to say it's why the dead man wasn't on that year's WrestleMania, although the Phenom did appear on Raw the following night. And before long, Taker pulled out after signing a new bumper deal. So no, he wasn't about to fight Kenny Omega. The StarCast at this time couldn't have been more linked to AEW, and that's how people saw it. And go ahead, McMahon. Close. Number 9, the Road Dogg. Now, who on earth knows what went on here? If you did listen to Jesse James's podcast, it certainly sounded like he wanted to be hired by AEW, even trying the tact of telling Tony Khan he could see a bunch of mistakes in the product and knew how to fix them. Not sure that's ever a good idea, but this was the plan. All of this could have been the Road Dogg had been let go by WWE and may have felt slightly bitter about it all. But as far as I can tell, there was no interest there. With all due respect, it's hard to see where he would fit. Eventually, Triple H took over the reins at WWE and the Roadie was brought back into the fold. But again, this ties into the intro. All Elite Wrestling could have just hired someone who was a major part of the Attitude Era, but they didn't. It's not an open house. Number 8, Hulk Hogan. Tony Khan shot this one down as soon as he could, despite Hulk Hogan's impact on wrestling. I'm not sure anybody is arguing with this. I am certainly not. But after Hulk's ex-wife Linda had made some very controversial remarks about riots taking place in America at the time, Khan simply tweeted out that she was now banned from all AEW events, much like her husband. So yep, Hulkamania was not welcome. You'd have to figure this was down to the awful comments Hogan made that saw him deleted from the entire industry for a while. When you do some reading about all of this, yeah, it felt like this is what we should all do, because even if you did help the business reach new levels, doesn't mean you can say things that are totally inappropriate and wrong. Time to leave the memories alone. Number 7, Kevin Owens. So this turned out to be quite the story at the time, and boy howdy does it continue to have new players added to it. At the end of 2021 though, Kevin Owens tweeted out the coordinates for Mount Rushmore, seemingly hinting that he was ready in a reunion with his PWG stablemates, the Young Bucks. The internet went nuts. This also tied into a time where lots of wrestlers were jumping from WWE to AEW, and then KO resigned. It was a mega coup. Aside from the massive offer Owens secured, just days later he started to tease a WrestleMania match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which actually came to fruition. I don't care who you are, that's the reason to stay. Since then, Vince McMahon has been replaced by Triple H and Kevin is being utilized even more. And if Owens isn't a world champion before the end of 2023, I shall eat my act. Vince did it. So his loyalty has paid off, and more so than that, he seems happy. Let's not forget that's the most important thing, because he is a human being at the end of the day. That dude is smashing it. Number 6, Sami Zayn, which is the same for his best friend. Oddly, around the same time, the rumors also popped up about Sami Zayn, and as ever, everybody decided he was definitely going to AEW. We had no info, but we knew. We always know. Zayn talked far more openly about this after the fact too, and once more it came down to the fact he he was content in WWE. Sammy has a certain amount of creative freedom, and if nothing else felt valued by the company, so he too was happy. Oh my gosh, shock horror. It's proven to be another astute move, as he had a match with Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania that was praised by all. He's now part of the bloodline as he steals every show he's on. Roman Reigns and friends beat him up as well. He is going to be the most beloved man in the world. So even if AEW did make an offer, and you'd have to imagine they did, the former El Generico, allegedly, decided the grass wasn't greener on the other side. And this is why having more than one successful promotion is important. Wrestler choice means better deals for all. You can't get mad at that. Number 5, Johnny Gargano. This one was just great. Then we were watching Raw and boom, Rebel Heart started playing and out walked Johnny Gargano. No one even knew he was ready to come back. I loved it. He had been gone from wrestling for a while too after leaving to start a family in December 2021.
What's yours is mine.
And some interviews he even said he wasn't sure if he ever wanted to return. The man left WWE. This has been quite clear that AEW did make some overtures towards Gargano. But look at it this way. When someone you know and has pushed you to the moon, Triple H has just taken over, why even risk going to the other side? Very worst in WWE is going to be a featured player. That's pretty good. Johnny also mentioned how appearing at WrestleMania was still important to him, so the draw of WWE was too much. And again, never forget this is a good thing. Wrestlers need to be able to make a choice. Makes the industry far better, far stronger. Number 4, Kane. All things considered, it's probably better that Kane doesn't get a wrestling job anytime soon. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, well, that's probably better. Some interesting news. The reason the Big Red Machine was in the conversation is because there was a while there when AEW seemed to be going after a string of these type of people. The Big Show got signed, then Mark Henry, Billy Gunn was through the door. Would it really have been too much of a shock to learn that Glenn Jacobs was on that list too? I think it would have done. We shall never know for sure, but ultimately it seems like it would have fallen on deaf ears anyway. Kane seems very much like a WWE lifer as he keeps making random appearances. Obviously went into the Hall of Fame in 2021 to shut it down. Number 3, the wrestlers control your narrative. Braun Strowman has gone back to WWE. We learned this earlier in the year, and if you do some digging, it does sound like AEW was at least interested at some point. This could be true, it could be nonsense, but it's out there. It exists in the world. Really, I don't think it would have been the best fit, but it does beg the question of what the future is for the rest of the Control Your Narrative promotion that Braun was a founder of, especially since somebody else in this group has also bounced back. We're talking about Karrion Kross. He too said no to All Elite Wrestling because he didn't want another experience like he had got when called up to Raw. But given that these guys are being snapped up here, there, and everywhere, you've got to figure that EC3 isn't on anybody's list. If so, why wouldn't you go and get him? It is a bit weird as Ethan Carter III proved in TNA that he's got the chops. Instead, he's just chilling out in the NWA. CYN has also closed his doors for the time being too, even though Strowman once said they would outlast AEW. Sadly, I am not making that up. Number 2, Karrion Kross. And just to fill in that blank, yep, Karrion said no. This all filtered down the chain after Kross was offered a role of being beaten by Wardlow. W. Morrissey eventually took the gig, and I get it. Karrion was in full rehab mode after being wearing a gift mask on Raw.
Who else
went
wants
to
some?
AEW and just got beat. Well, he starts to turn himself into a loser. And I know wins and losses don't matter overall. They certainly do if you never win at all. It also feels like Kross's big dream was to return to WWE, so why jeopardize that? It turns out he was right. He was only gone 9 months. Back that quick. Number 1, Bray Wyatt. How long did this speculation go on? Divided people too, as half the AEW fan base wanted to see Bray Wyatt, whereas the other half thought his supernatural ways weren't fitting with the promotion. I shall never agree with that. Goofy wrestling for life. It does seem like Tony Khan at the very least inquired about Wyatt's availability, but as was the way with a lot of companies, changed his mind when he heard the asking price. There's nothing wrong with that either, by the way. You're allowed to be expensive and somebody else is allowed to decide it's not worth it. That's how the world works. Now that Bray is back with WWE, it does feel like this worked out for the best, however. AEW has no room to begin with, and Wyatt works best with a big budget and a cohesive story. So once again, we all win. Look at all the options we can swim in. Know of any other wrestlers that even AEW couldn't sign? Make sure you let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Then head over to WhatCulture.com where you can read yourself some articles. Make sure you come post on social media, WhatCulture, WWE, and Simon at 316. I do believe we have some other videos. Why don't you go watch one? My name is Simon WhatCulture. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. I appreciate you greatly, and I will talk to you soon. Professional wrestling, or sports entertainment if you prefer, is a lot of things to a lot of different people, but one constant function it provides is an escape from everyday life. So it can be jarring when promotions, including WWE, go down a dark path and weave elements of real-life tragedy into angles, matches, and storylines. They don't do it often, but WWE have incorporated real-life deaths, disasters, and even full-on wars into their programming in an effort to create heat, pop ratings, and draw money. What was that bit about smiles on faces again? I'm Adam Pachisi from Cultaholic Wrestling, and in no particular order, these are 10 times...
Look at that! A campsite! And just when we needed one. Still a fair way to Cobblestone. Let's rest up for the night. I still can't get over old Dirk. He didn't just go straight, married, shop in the best part of town. He went straighter than straight. Just like that. We used to be thick as thieves. Literally. We'd travel the world, always... Oh, speaking of which, I just thought of something we acquired back... Yeah, I've decided. I'm giving it to you. Behold, the fun-size forge. Pop a few raw materials on top, bash them with the porta-pounder, and bumps your uncle. New equipment. And I'm not just talking steel swords and the like. Wooden boomerangs, a natty new jerkin, you name it. Sweating over a hot forge was never exactly my style. But I have a feeling you'll get more use out of it than I ever did. You can't just go smashing stuff together willy-nilly, though. You'll need the recipe for the piece of equipment you want to make. Here's a little something to get you started. You should strike while the iron's hot. There are recipes hidden all over the place. Treasure chests and bookshelves are always a good bet. Keep an eye out and you're sure to find some beauties.